everyone, I'm Kelsey here with Razor Vision, and we're talking with Schimmel, who's the head coach of the women's swimming and diving program here at Arkansas. So far this year, the girls are perfect in their dual meet record and recently just came off a victory at their midseason championship. So talking about that dual meet record, they were able to win their first one at the North Texas Invitational on the strength of their relays. Can you talk about the relays and how they've performed this year?
Yeah, I mean, the relays have been very strong this year. And any dual meet that we go into, we just try to take one thing at a time. But it just happens that it starts with the relay. So we have strong relays, and that always gets us off to a good start with a lot of momentum. And then we back that up with our great distance group in the 1,000 usually, and the divers start their thing. So it's about getting us off on the right foot, and we have those three events, and it usually gets us rolling right away. So every meet we've been able to do that, and it gets us going in a good spot.
The team then headed to LSU and got a taste of their first SEC opponent of the year. What did you take most away from that meet in preparing for your spring and championship seasons?
Yeah, I mean, LSU was great because with the girls, we just tried to have them focus on one another, take care of what we could control, and they did that. And going into, I think, any SEC situation, especially LSU, they're a very strong team, and they handled themselves very well. And so for the fall, for the middle of October, for them to do that and perform how they did, I was pretty content with that day, and I know that they were, especially when we came out with the W, so that was good.
The team hosted Big 12 opponent, or Big 10 opponents rather, Nebraska at home in their only home meet of the fall. What was the atmosphere like at the Hyper for that home meet?
Yeah, I mean, that was outstanding. I haven't been in a meet like that probably ever. I mean, those stands were full. We had great, the student population come out. We had friends and family come out to support us there. It was pretty electric in the Hyper down there, and so the kids really fed off of that right from the beginning, and it was awesome. The support really helps.
In your last dual meet of the fall at Missouri State, the team was able to not only win, but they also set a lot of pool records. What went into breaking those records, and how excited was the team afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. We don't really think about the records. Honestly, we don't. We don't think about pool records or team records. What we try to do is just prepare accordingly, and do the next right thing and get up there and be aggressive when we race. And if, the end result is a team record or a pool record, it's just that much better, They're certainly excited. When we did take down some of those records, and we are excited when that happens and honored. That's always a great thing. It was very cool. Shelby Cox, she was on the 2 free relay at the end, and her dad actually went to Missouri State and had the 2 free relay for the men back in the day when he was there. So now she's got it for the women's side in their pool. So just little things like that made it pretty cool.
So your last meet was at the Missouri Invitational, who's also an SEC opponent, and you ended up taking first out of 11 different programs, which was your midseason championship. Can you talk a little bit about what into that and how that ended up coming about?
Yeah, that fall invite is really important for us, and it's really the only time that we have a championship prelims finals format to prepare for SECs and NC2As. And so that's a big part of our focus in that meet, swimming fast and diving great. Under those conditions with really good competition, and Mizzou gave us that. They were very strong, and a lot of the other teams there as well. So we focus in a situation like that one session at a time, and the girls did well. We had some spots that we could have been better, and I think what was really nice about that weekend was by day 2 and the final night of day 2 and day 3, that's when we really started coming into our own, and they learned a lot throughout the weekend. In terms of refocusing, staying positive, and staying aggressive, and that showed up. And again, just doing those things right, doing the little things right, gave us the ability to come out with more points than the other teams on the deck, and that's always good.
You mentioned preparing for SECs and NCAAs in the spring. What is the training like right now in this little hiatus, and how are y'all tapering or working to keep yourselves going during this break?
We're not tapering. We're going pretty strong right now. And, the focus right now, we're getting our work in, but we got a pretty heavy focus on our academics, and we got finals coming up in 10 days, and that's big for us. We support that, and so they got a lot of that going on. But we definitely increased our workload after coming back from the Thanksgiving break. This is our time to do that for, the next 4 or 5 weeks. So we're going pretty good. The women are working hard, weight room in the pool, on the diving boards, and they're getting it done.
So on the diving side, you brought in Jeff DiNicola this year as the new diving coach. Can you talk about the progress he's made and what he's been able to do with his time as a Razorback so far?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Jeff being here so far, the progress that he's made with those 6 divers. And he comes into a challenging situation getting here at the end of September, and the progress he's made in that short period of time, has been good. He's got all the 6 women are buying into what he's doing. He's doing things a lot differently than what they've been used to, which is a really good thing. A lot of their performances, especially at the invite, started showing up, and so we're looking forward to that. To be even better come the end of January, middle of February, and going to NC2A. So I'm pretty excited about where the divers are right now and the job that Jeff's been doing so far.
All right, thanks, Coach Schimmel. And that's all we have for today. Make sure to check back in January when the swim season gets back started.